Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. We've got nothing better to do. The show where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games, because, well, we've got nothing better to do. I'm your host, Nathaniel, and this week I am joined by Parker and Jeremy. And we had a lot of video game news this week, mostly Nintendo, but almost no, actually not almost, or no noteworthy, at least to us, news about movies or television. And that's probably because coronavirus screwed everything up. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, so really it's just video game news this week. And so to start it off, let's talk about Mixer, which that happened today, or was that like yesterday?
It started yesterday, but like a lot of it's going on today.
Okay, so I just kind of saw what it is, so explain to me what's going on.
Well, pretty much like there was some. Well, kind of what all started was there were some accusations like of a lot of people in Mixer were pretty much racist. Like one of like the heads of like the Mixer department like called every like streamer in Mixer her like slave, and she was her slave master, and she controlled them.
What?
And, like,
okay, because I saw like racism and abuse allegations.
Yeah, that was like a good chunk of it. And there was like this like African American employee who was like, "Whoa, you can't say that." And they had a meeting, and then they pretty much like he quit. And then there was an investigation, and then it turned out like the investigation said she can't be racist because she hired a black person. Oof. And it was like, what the heck? And just like all these like people were just super mad at Mixer, and then out of the blue, Mixer's like, "Oh, well, we're closing and we're partnering with Facebook Gaming."
Yeah, I saw that.
So
wait, whoa.
Mixer is not going to be a thing anymore, and Microsoft is just going to partner with Facebook Gaming.
Yeah.
What about everyone that has a contract with Mixer then? Do they have to go to Facebook?
Well, no. Okay, so like with like the big people with like Ninja and Shroud, they both got offers double of what they had with Mixer to join Facebook Gaming, but turned them down and pretty much forced Mixer to pay out the rest of the contract. So like Facebook offered, I think Ninja is reporting like $60 million and Shroud like $30 million.
Uh-huh.
Why would you not accept?
Because it's Facebook Gaming, and they know that Ninja is already made like gonna have by the end of this, since they have to pay out the rest, is gonna make $30 million, and Shroud's gonna have made like $10 to $15 million from this. And so they're like, well, crazy. We already made a crap ton of money that we don't even know what to do with, and then so they're pretty much free agents. So like they can get. I don't know if like they're gonna be able to get like signed. It's such a weird thing to like a streamer could get signed.
Yeah.
But like they were saying they could get signed by like YouTube Gaming or Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people are migrating back to Twitch.
Yeah, or they could just go. He hasn't streamed on Twitch today since then.
Yeah.
So last stream was still 8 months ago.
Yeah, well, like Ninja, because Ninja had like a falling out with Twitch, right? That's why he left.
No, he just got offered a ton of money.
I thought like Twitch screwed him over.
Nah, it was like Twitch kind of screwed him over after he had left. He'd always had like kind of, not like beef, but like, oh, there's like Twitch isn't like run the best, and there's definitely some issues.
Yeah.
When he left, and like they kind of like were advertising stuff on him, and he was on his like page, even though he wasn't on Twitch, and so he was kind of mad that was happened. So I don't know if he'll come back to Twitch. Dude, but I'm excited
he might go to YouTube.
Shroud back on Twitch because I don't know. He's one of my favorite. Was one of my favorite streamers.
Mixer.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna continue doing like he's been streaming a ton of World of Warcraft and anything that's not like popular right now.
I'd say WoW is pretty popular.
So much money that he's like,
well, he averaged
play what I want.
He had like 500 viewers every time he'd stream on Mixer.
Yeah, well, Mixer's a weird program. I've only ever watched. The only time I've gone on Mixer was, I think, to watch the Game Awards because the Twitch stream was like super laggy one year. That's the only time I've really gone on Mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like out of the blue, Mixer's just not a thing anymore. Apparently, like Facebook like put out a thing saying, "Hey, we welcome all of you from Mixer," but apparently like they reported not honoring some of the pretty much I don't know what it was on Mixer, but pretty much like the affiliate like
contracts and
partner
stuff.
program.
Partners.
Yeah, they weren't gonna honor like all of the ones that Mixer had. So some of the streamers who are on Mixer pretty much just out of the blue just don't have a contract anymore, maybe.
Dang,
Or
that sucks.
or just
yeah,
like they built this platform and just it's just gone.
Yeah, that's what I saw today. It was like a bunch of like Mixer streamers basically were just like left with nothing because they lost out like their partner program and stuff, and then their program is going down. So I was like, dang, that sucks.
Yeah, hopefully they have a decent enough social media presence that they can stream on something else.
Wait, is Zero only streaming on Facebook Gaming now?
I think so. Yeah, I think he has a deal with them.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't look like I've noticed I haven't seen him streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
He's streaming right now.
And then
on Facebook.
Yeah, they've been getting some people like here and there. They pay people like a ton of money.
They get like yeah, I've seen like in communities, like not like huge names, but like
well, because Jaywitz had a
in
thing with them for a while.
Like, bigger names, like a couple Overwatch streamers that they weren't like huge, that's just like overall, but like in the Overwatch scene, they're decent. So they've been like signing just a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Just getting deals for them to only stream on Facebook. But it was such a thing for like it was like a week, like 4 different people got signed. It became like a meme, like, hey, you guys want to join Facebook gaming?
Hello, fellow kids. How do you do? Yeah, well, that really sucks that happened. Hopefully those people land back on their feet and find another place to stream. But and maybe not so depressing news. Let's talk about the PS5 really quick. So everyone, well, not everyone, but at least me, I felt this way, that if the PlayStation 5 should have like customizable plates and stuff, because the black and white doesn't look great. Like, it looks good on the controller, but like the console, like if it was all black or like darker colors, I think it would look way better. And someone on let's see, the PlayStation's VP of Design, Matt McLaurin, said that the PS5 is customizable in ways that previous generations weren't. So there'll be a special edition for everyone. So I'm thinking that means that there's gonna be like custom plates you can buy, kind of like the new Nintendo 3DS. You could buy custom faceplates for, which I'm still like. They did for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, they did special edition faceplates of the original art of Charizard and Blastoise, and they're super sick. And I've been trying to get them ever since.
Venusaur.
No Venusaur. There might have been a Venusaur one in Japan, but I don't know. But I've been trying to find one ever since. But they're like $500 now. So I'm like, but they're so cool.
That would have been a good investment just to buy one of those.
Yeah, they're so cool. I love it so much. But yeah, so the PlayStation 5 is customizable. And so they should do it like the Switch and like Joy-Cons, where there's just a bunch of different colors and plates you can buy, and then there's special editions all the time too, so you can get different versions of stuff. That would be cool. Or like the 3DS. 3DS did all. There's so many different versions and colors and special editions of the 3DS. So that's cool. So I wonder how quickly after launch, like customizable parts will be, because I might get one immediately if I can like customize it and stuff. And then next bit of news, we got a trailer for Crash 4, because they got leaked earlier this week, but the official announcement was today. And so it looks like it's kind of undermining all the non-numbered sequels of Crash Bandicoot. And so this is like the true next sequel after Crash Bandicoot 3. It looks really good. I like the like new art style. I think it like matches Crash really well, and it looks like it's more of like a return to form. So it's the linear platforming style that made Crash so popular back in the day. And it looks really good. I don't think I've played a full Crash game. I think I've played some of 1 and 2 back in the day. So I'd be down to try this one out. And maybe play the remastered editions. But obviously, Parker, you are our resident Crash guy. So what is this trailer like? What sticks out to you from the trailer?
I like that they didn't change a ton. Like, they're still sticking with the original formula. They're just changing
Just like
little bits, and obviously
modernizing
it looks really good. It looks way better than even the remakes. Just the art style, and like it looks like it's gonna be nice and smooth.
Yeah. So it says
it looks hard.
It looks fun. I don't know enough about Crash to know what would make it hard or not. But it says it's releasing on PS4 and Xbox One.
No Switch release?
No, not yet at least. And it's releasing in October, which is really close to next gen. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a next gen version.
I'm sure there is.
I saw Avengers is going to come out because it comes out on current gen, but there's going to be a next gen version and a free upgrade if you bought it on the current gen. So if they did something like that, I'd be down. Or I might just wait to buy it on the PS5. Probably wouldn't just buy it for the PS4. But yeah, it looks really good. It looks really fun. And so you can like play as Cortex and you can play as Coco. But yeah, it looks really good. So Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Because when did Crash 3 came out?
In front of themselves. Crash 3, I know I played it. I think it came out in 1998.
Gosh. I saw something. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should say it, but I won't say it. But yeah, so Crash Bandicoot 4. It looks pretty fun. Next bit of news, we got a Pokemon Direct earlier this week at freaking 6 a.m. I don't know why they just have to do their presentations that early in the morning, but it was a relatively short direct, or technically it was called Pokemon Presents, because it was a pre-recorded broadcast. But some pretty small titles were announced. So the first one was Pokemon Smile, which is a mobile game to help kids, or to like motivate kids to brush their teeth. And the art style for it is so funny. The Pokemon look so derpy. It's the funniest thing. Just like, I'm gonna find a picture of it. But they're like really small and like chunky, and they have like derpy smiles. It's so funny. The Charmander is my favorite because he just has this big derp face. It's so funny. Yeah, that was the picture I was gonna send to you. It looks so it's so great. But yeah, it's obviously it's meant for kids and stuff, but
shout out to whoever drew those. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're great. And there's like one of Charizard too. It looks so silly. I'm gonna try and find it. I can't find it. But yeah, so Pokemon Smile was the first game announced, and then we got Pokemon Cafe, which is it's like a mobile title, but I guess it's still coming to Switch. But it's like a really simple puzzle game where you own a cafe and then you like make drinks for Pokemon, and then you can recruit the Pokemon, and it's like a really brain dead puzzle thing. You just like swirl Pokemon icons and stuff. Like it. Probably not something any of us would play, but it's out there for people. The big announcement of the Pokemon Direct really came out of nowhere, and it's something people have been wanting for like 20 something odd years, and it's Pokemon Snap 2, tentatively titled New Pokemon Snap, and it looks really good. Seeing all these Pokemon in like 3D that isn't a jittery like Sword and Shield. But yeah, it looks really nice. There's none of like the lines and stuff, and it looks. I love the art style because it's just like super saturated, super vibrant, and there's like the scene where they're on the water level, and the water looks so cool. It looks so good, and you can see like all the coral and stuff, and all the Pokemon beneath the water and stuff. It looks really cool. It looks very good also. Like if Gen 9 looks like this, like holy crap, it's gonna be freaking sick. But yeah, I never played the original Pokemon Snap. Obviously, it's like a huge game. It was very popular back in the day, to the point where you could even take your Pokemon Snap cartridge to, I think it was Best Buy or like Blockbuster, and you could print off the pictures that you took there. There's like a kiosk that you could print off your pictures there, which I think would be really cool if they brought that back. Like you could take your cartridge to like GameStop and print off your Pokemon pictures. That would be really cool. What were you saying, Jeremy?
Oh no, I'm just gonna put a picture in the chat.
Oh, but yeah, so yeah, Pokemon Snap or new Pokemon Snap looks really good, and the announcement just came out of nowhere. And then there's some Pokemon Go news. I get Evolution is finally coming back, but only for Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Go. It's coming back for Pokemon Go.
Lame.
Yeah,
Lame.
Not in the main games, just in Pokemon Go. And then there's another trailer for the DLC, but we'll get to that in a second. And they also announced the Zeraora event, where if 1 million players do the Zeraora raid den, everyone will get a shiny Zeraora. And so if you have Pokemon Sword and Shield, make sure you do your part. So we all get shiny Zeraora. Yep, that's it, Jeremy. That's the Pokemon Snap printer.
It was right as you said it.
Yeah, so yeah, that was basically it for the Pokemon Direct. Like I said, the big thing was new Pokemon Snap, which I thought it was going to be like a $40 or like $30 title, but it's a $60 title. So I'm wondering.
Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's going to be like a pretty hefty experience. Because I think the original Pokemon Snap you could beat in like, I want to say like 10 to 15 hours if you knew what you were doing. Maybe even faster than that, actually. Or at least going through once, you could beat it like pretty quick. So the whole
game is just taking pictures of every Pokemon?
Yeah. So the original game, I think there's only 60. But I'm guessing they're going to add a lot into this one. And there's probably going to be a lot of different like regions and maps you can go to like take Pokemon. It's essentially you completed the Pokédex, but with pictures. Yeah, so that was the Pokémon Star Direct. So the big news this week, we'll start off with, or I guess the last bit of news this week, was the Smash Brothers presentation for the first character in DLC Pack 2. Was this morning at 7 a.m. Again, why are they so early in the morning? Sakurai, why do you hate us? But the character that was revealed is an ARMS character. We knew that from a few weeks ago. And the character that was revealed was Min Min from ARMS. She is the ramen waifu. And she is a distance demon. Her trailer was actually really funny. I like how, oops, let me hear the audio. I saw someone on Twitter said, I like how this trailer confirms that Captain Falcon and Kirby are friends outside of work and go get food together. Because the trailer starts out with Captain Falcon and Kirby eating ramen at Min Min's shop. And then we see Springman and I think the other one's called Bark and Bite or something like that. Or Bart and Bite, I don't know. But essentially, it's the entire ARMS roster like fighting for the Smash invitation, kind of like the Terry announcement. And then it ends with Min Min getting the announcement and joining Super Smash Brothers. And so she's a very interesting character. So ARMS, if you don't know, is a game about, it's a fighting game But being a Nintendo game, of course, has a specific gimmick to it. So it was meant to show off the Joy-Cons of the Switch. So essentially you play holding 2 Joy-Cons, 1 in each hand, and you punch with them. And then in-game, the characters have like springs for arms, and their arms stretch. So you play against like a 3D arena that's really big, and you stretch your punches to hit your opponent. And there's like different, they're called arms, of course, that you could equip. So there's like a chakram, there's like a standard fist, there's like a bomb, there's like an electric one. And so transferring that over to Smash, Min Min, so her like signature arm is a dragon head that shoots like a laser. And then, so she has that on her left arm. And then on her right arm, she can switch between 3 different arms. So she has a chakram called the Ram Ram, because it's a ramen chakram. See what they did there? Yes. So she has the Ram Ram. She has a dragon, the Ram Ram dragon, and then a megawatt, which is like a big electric punch ball. And then on her left arm, she has a dragon too. And so on her right, you can switch between these different ones. They have different properties, and they do different amounts of damage. So I think the weakest one is the Ram Ram. And then when you punch, it also acts like a boomerang. So it comes off your arm and then comes back to you. The dragon obviously shoots the laser. And then the megawatt is a big, powerful punch that can stun. And so those are the things you can switch between. And then, so she's sort of like Mega Man, to where she can move while she's punching. Like Mega Man can move while he's shooting. And then she can also jump and then punch in the air. So technically she can tilt, which is like a light punch, and then smash, which is a heavy punch. And she can do a tilt and a smash in the air. So she can do a light and heavy punch in the air, which is really cool and very unique. And then, so Sakurai says she's obviously a distance heavy character, which yes, she is. But he also said she probably sucks up close, which I'm not so sure about, because literally only 2 of her moves are punching. All of her other moves are not. So she has a multi-hit rapid jab, like where she kicks. That's an up close attack. Her down tilt is a slide, which is really random for a character that kind of goes for distance, because it's like closing the gap. But I guess you can like go under projectiles and stuff. But a slide is a very good down tilt. Characters like I think Terry has it and Cloud have it, and they're very useful. And then her up tilt is a wheel kick or a bicycle kick. And then her up smash is like a stronger version of a bicycle kick. But in arms, she can deflect punches with her bicycle kick. So in Smash, her up smash will actually deflect projectiles, which is really cool and kind of dangerous for a ranged character, to where she can just deflect projectiles back from you and then keep you out with her arms. But then her down smash is an up close move. And then she has her neutral air is she swings her right arm, which is the one that you can change arms. So the different arms will do different properties and stuff. And the chakram one is really quick and doesn't do a lot of damage. So I feel like that would be really good for like comboing. And then her up air is like another bicycle kick. So her up air and her up air, up tilt, and her neutral air are all look very good for like combos. And then her down air is a dive kick, which is kind of sucky. But her up B, so she has technically 2. When she's on the ground, her up B is a really big jump where she just punches the ground and it sends her flying. And then you can still move after you do it, so she can still like attack in the air. But if she's off stage and she does it, she just has a tether recovery. I think that's all her moveset. So yeah, she's a very unique character. Definitely a distance demon, but I think she definitely can handle herself in like an up close fight. Probably doesn't want that most of the time, but I can definitely see her being a threat and being able to get in and be able to like mix it up. And you can also tilt which direction her punches go. So like you aim down, it'll bounce off the ground and punch back up, and then if you aim up, it curves up and stuff. And you can also, so you can control each arm independently. So her right arm, so when you can switch, I think you can control that one with A, and then her left arm is always the dragon, and you control that one with B. So you can punch both right after each other. Woo!
Doesn't look that bad.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Sorry, my roommate just came in.
Where's everyone? Oh, are you?
No, you're good. It's fine. I think they went. I don't know where they went, but lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so she can punch a different arm. So you can like hit A and B, and then she'll punch 1, 2, and then you can also punch in opposite directions. So you can literally cover the entire stage by punching one direction left and one direction right at like the same time. So she definitely can control the stage. And then, so Min Min's like special ability is that, so her arms, so each character in arms has a different type of arm. Like Ninjara has chains, Spring Man has springs, obviously Ribbon Girl has ribbons. So Min Min's arms are made of ramen noodles, but her special ability is that she can turn her arm into a dragon. So if you successfully land a grab, which has a huge range, by the way, if you successfully land a grab, her left arm gets the dragon buff, so she does more damage with her arms if you land a grab. So that's basically her moveset. So I'm curious, what do you guys think about Min Min? Do you think she's going to be good? Do you want to try her? Do you want to main her? What are your thoughts?
She looks interesting.
Yeah, definitely looks interesting.
Definitely one of the ones you kind of have to play and get used to. Just have like a different play style. Weird.
Yeah,
like,
she's very different from any other
when I
Smash
attack with
character.
one arm, it's my like special attack.
Well, she technically doesn't have any specials except for up special, because that's how you switch her arms. Is you can use down special or side special. So her specials and smash attacks are all just her punching, essentially. So she can just punch nonstop.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's very unique. But I think she looks pretty fun. I definitely want to try her. I think she'd be a fun like secondary, because I just love Terry. Terry is super fun. I'm gonna stick with him. Terry, put in reverse. Terry. But yeah, she looks like super fun. I was kind of like thinking of like combos and stuff, because like say you knock them in the air, you can combo them with like up air and neutral air, and then hit the ground, a dive kick to the ground, and based up like, because they'll probably get knocked back, right? So you combo them, hit the ground, and then you punch up from across the stage and then just KO them. Like, just think about that. You combo them from one side of the stage, land, the knockback sends them to the other side of the stage, and then you punch from the other side of the stage and kill them. Like, I think she's gonna have some pretty fun combos. So I'm actually really excited to try her out. I need to buy the DLC still, but luckily it comes out in a week.
Me too.
So I can get it then. But yeah, she definitely looks really fun. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so last bit of news. So in the Pokemon Direct, they said that there's going to be another Pokemon Direct in, as we're recording this, 2 days. So on Wednesday. What do you guys think we might be getting from the Pokemon Direct? So keep in mind, obviously there wasn't really anything big announced at this Direct. So there might not be anything big at the next one. But what do you think it is?
I think is gonna all be one thing. Like it's gonna be like their big announcement for, because I think they're gonna support Sword and Shield for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They might like, hey, because when does the second DLC release for Sword and Shield?
I think the tentative date is like August or something, or September. It's sometime in fall.
I mean, it's
October actually. Sorry, the tentative date is October.
I wouldn't say it's too early. It might be like they could be announcing their next game.
Yeah, see, that's what like everyone wants it to be. I would love it to be next game. I don't. Obviously, it's not going to be Sword and Shield 2 or whatever. I think that they obviously have to wait for Crown Tundra to come out. But I would love it if, I guess, okay, we'll say this one first. So people are thinking it's going to be Let's Go 2. So Let's Go Johto. So it'd be like, Let's Go. Well, I don't know what starters you would pick. Be like Umbreon and Espeon. I don't know for Johto. Because the other ones were Pikachu and Eevee. So maybe you could do Pichu and I don't know who else got a baby form in Johto.
Everyone. That's where they all came out at.
Yeah, but not everyone got a lot of the baby Pokemon, they don't have 3-stage evolutions like Pichu does. Or 2 stages of evolution. I don't know then. But yeah, I don't know who the characters would be, but essentially, Let's Go Johto. That's what everyone thinks is going to happen. Which is probably going to happen because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are some of the best-selling games on the Switch. And that's saying a lot considering the games that are best sellers on the Switch. But what I want, obviously what everyone wants, and would be awesome, is Gen 4 remakes. It's too early to announce it, though, I think. Because they always announce new games in February. So, like, I think in February, maybe we could get announcements for it. But I don't think it's going to happen right now. So I don't know what they could be doing.
Do they do release games every 2 years? Or how do they...
They usually do... So I think during a generation, it's one every year. But then at the end of a generation, I think it's 2 years.
Is Sword and Shield the end of a gen?
No, it's the start.
So we could be getting one in November.
A new game? No. I don't think we're getting a new game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, not that quickly.
I'm not...
That would be...
I'm not saying we're gonna...
No, because Pokemon has the year-long hype cycle. Because they announce it in February and then it releases in October or November. So...
I don't know, maybe they're doing stuff differently now because they did DLC.
I mean, they could. But why would they announce their next... So say it's Sword and Shield 2, right? Or Pokemon Gun, whatever it is, 3rd version.
Please don't do that.
Pokemon Spear, okay, whatever it is. Say it's that.
There won't be one.
I lost my train of thought. Thanks for that. Okay, so say it is that. Say that we're getting that. If they announced it in 2 days, that's what, 4 months before it comes out? They wouldn't do that because they build hype and then they sell all this merch before the game even comes out. So like, yeah, I don't know. That'd just be weird. But also, like, they've put in a ton of development into Sword and Shield. Like, currently still developing Sword and Shield stuff. So they would have to split their team, which they already split it. Because, like, half are working on separate projects. Which, I mean, could be another game. But I think the point of them being on separate projects was that they get to be creative and then come back to Pokemon with new ideas. So yeah, I don't think it's a new game. I would love a new game, but it's way too early. Something I just remembered though that it could be is they said that Detective Pikachu was going to come to Switch like forever ago, and it still hasn't. So it might be like, hey, Detective Pikachu's coming to the Switch. Just so you know. That'd be like the only other thing I could think of, unless it's just some other new random spin-off title. Because obviously all the games that were announced in this one were spin-offs, and then they talked about stuff in the DLC. So I don't know if... Oh man, I would love Gen 4 remakes, dude. I would love it so much. I mean, they could just do like a teaser trailer. Because that's what they did for Oris, is they released a teaser of like Groudon and Kyogre in like 3D graphics. But then again, I think that was in February, and the game came out that November. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anything small, because I felt like this one was...
They got all the small stuff.
Amount of small stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be big. I don't know if it's going to be a game or what, or not like a flagship game.
Yeah, I think if it's going to be a game, it's going to be... Or like, obviously it's going to be a game, but I think if it's going to be a bigger game, I think it's going to be Let's Go Johto. I don't think it's going to be a main series game. Because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out, what, like 3 years ago now? Or maybe 2 years ago?
I don't know. I never played it.
Let me look that up, actually.
Came out 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, so they could do another one of those. That would be cool, though, if it's Let's Go Johto. They could put in Kanto also. Like how Johto does originally. So it'd be like an even bigger game. But yeah, I don't know what it could be. But we'll wait. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But in talking about Pokemon, let's talk about some Pokemon. So the Isle of Armor came out this week or last week, and we've all played it. And let's talk about it. So, general impressions on the Isle of Armor. Parker, go.
Really, really short.
Yeah.
Like extremely short.
Pretty short. I think it took me like 3 hours to beat it. 3 or 4 hours, maybe.
I think.
Or it might be longer
with
than that.
Catching every single. No, I think with catching every single Pokemon I encountered, it took me an hour and a half.
Just playing the story?
Yeah. Maybe an hour and a half.
I think you just went through it quick. Because I feel like, I was kind of like taking my time exploring.
I mean, I was catching every single Pokemon I encountered.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't think it's very
I don't
long.
think no, I think I played for at least 3 hours. But what about you, Jeremy? What are your kind of general thoughts on it?
It's decent. I wouldn't say it's like the greatest DLC, but I wouldn't say it's terrible. I wish they added a little bit more, but maybe I haven't played everything, but it just kind of seems like a very small expansion.
Yeah,
Hopefully the next one adds a little bit more.
It seems like it's just post game. Like it could have just been a post game story.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. But yeah, it is relatively short, and it just feels like it could have been in the game and just been post game. And maybe there isn't a whole lot that they added. And maybe the Crown Tundra will have a lot more, because it looks like it's gonna have a lot more. Also, I saw some like leaks, or I didn't see some leaks, but I saw someone talking about the leaks and like say what they were. So I kind of have an idea of what's going to happen, which I'm kind of angry about. But I think the Crown Tundra will definitely have a little more meat on the bone. But overall, I think the Isle of Armor was fun, and I actually really enjoyed it. So yeah, let's talk about the map first, because it's awesome. So the whole area is in the style of the wild area, so it's all fully like explorable. You can go anywhere, ride anywhere. You have full control of the camera, which is freaking awesome. I love that. 'Cause I hated playing Sword and Shield, where you're in the wild area and you can move the camera around. Then you go into a city and you're trying to move it and you can't. It's like, Like, I get why they did it, because you save assets and stuff like that. But it's like, I just want to move the camera because the camera is so awkward. But yeah, so it's super cool being able to explore fully and look everywhere fully. And then like, it's different. Like, the topography is really different, and there's like multiple different areas, and there's like hills and lakes and rivers, and there's an ocean on the surrounding it, and there's like caves and stuff, and it's just really fun to explore all these different areas, and you see all the different dens everywhere, so you want to go check it out. And it feels I think it just feels more alive than like the wild area in the base game, because it's,
yeah, for sure.
I think it's about the same size, but it just feels like there's Pokemon everywhere, and they're popping around and jumping at you. And then like there's the giant Wailord in the ocean, and then like Sharpedos will chase you in the water, which is terrifying, but it's also really cool. Because I remember the first time it happened, I'm like riding my bike through the water, and I hear like the splashing, and I was like, what the heck is that? I turn around and I just see this thing jetting towards me. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I'm like riding as fast as I can to get to an island, and it's just getting closer and closer, and then it hit me, and then it was like Sharpedo, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was super cool. And then they're just everywhere, and then like at one point there was like 3 of them chasing me, and I was like, this is terrifying. But yeah, it definitely just feels more alive because there's Pokemon everywhere and like interacting with you and stuff. So I really like that part of it. Yeah, and then they added how many new Pokemon, Parker? How many did they bring back?
Well, there's 210 Pokemon on the island. I don't know how many new ones there are.
I think there's 100 new ones, or 100 returning. And then the Crown Tundra will also have 100 returning, so there'll be 200 new ones. So that means there'll be 600 total in the game. After
that would be 800.
Well, isn't there 400?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 400 base game. There's 100 new ones in each DLC.
Yeah.
So that'd be 600.
Oh, 600 new ones.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Or 600 total, because 100 are returning from the main game, and then 100 are returning from the series. So there'll be 600 at the end. Yeah, so I think the map definitely is like, I think that's a taste of what we're gonna get in Gen 9, and maybe if we get Sinnoh remakes, maybe that's what Sinnoh remakes will look like, which would be would be awesome. Oh my gosh, could you imagine just exploring the distortion world and it's like the wild area?
That'd be kind of weird.
It would be dope. And then you ride up the waterfall. Oh, I want it so bad. Yeah, I think the map is definitely a big step up, and I want to see that in Gen 9 where the entire thing is just wild area. It does have some drawbacks still, because I remember there's an area called the Forest of Focus. And I remember when I went into it the first time, I was like, Forest of Focus? More like Forest of Frame Drops. Ha! Got him. Because, holy crap, it drops frames a lot. But for the most part, the wild area, or the Isle of Armor, when you're online, it didn't drop frames as much as it did in the base game. So I think they're in like general overall, the map and the wild area in Isle of Armor is a big step up from the base game. And it makes me excited to see what, like, if the Crown Tundra will be like an even more of a step up and stuff like that. But what's something else you guys enjoyed about Isle of Armor?
The whole wild area aspect of it's part. I haven't played a ton, but I definitely will be playing more still. Yeah,
this one is just more fun to explore than the regular wild area, because the regular wild area is just like this big, it's not plain. Flat, but yeah, it's relatively plain. It's just a big plain. And the topography isn't that diverse. There's like a snowy area and a grassy area and a desert-ish area and a lake. But this felt like an actual island with life and different biomes and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. Let's talk about the story real quick. So we all have Shield version, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So they like hyped up Avery and Clara in the trailers, and I thought they were going to be a big part of the story, but they're really only there for like a quarter of it, like the very beginning.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I liked, like, I don't like Avery. I think he's a punk, but I liked like his character and like interacting with him at the beginning. I was like, all right, I want to like fight this dude. But you fight him twice, and then that's it. And then
I think 3 times, including the original.
So you fight him when you get off the train, and then
you fight him once.
You fight him before the train too, if you pre-ordered.
Oh yeah, you do.
No, but there was, because you fight him.
You fight him at the dojo at the end of the trials.
But you fight him one time in between when you find the mushrooms.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
battle him 3 times. So for part of it, I wasn't like paying the most attention, which I'm kind of mad that I did that. For like the beginning, but I think overall, the story was fun. It felt like a post game kind of story quest. It's longer than most of the other post games in like recent memory. Because like I remember like X and Y has like a terrible post game, and then or it's super short, and then I don't even know if Alola has a post game. It does in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but doesn't really have one in Sun and Moon. I think there's like a battle tower or something. There's no battle frontier in Oris, which was like, okay. I mean, I never really liked the battle frontier, but like still, there's not that much of a post game in Oris either. I think you can just go catch the legendaries. But yeah, I like the story a lot. I like getting Cubfu. I thought Cubfu you're gonna get him like earlier, but I think it's cool how they split it up. So to start off, you go to the Isle Armor, and so apparently you're not the trainer they wanted to train, but they don't reveal who that is. So I'm curious.
It's the dude you meet.
What
The
dude?
guy who's like, I'm too afraid to go out there. The weird looking dude. That's how I thought it was.
What guy?
Because like,
Oh, at the
before
train
you-
station?
yeah, that's who I thought it was. At
Oh.
the train station, the guy's like, hey, I have to go out there. But there's this weird looking dude, and like he runs away when Avery comes in.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was gonna
I
be
can
like
see that.
someone we knew already. But oh yeah, I could see that. I didn't get that at all though. If that's the case. But yeah, so you're not supposed to be going there, but Avery or Clara finds you, and then they challenge you, and then you go to the dojo, and then you have to do 3 trials to get accepted into the dojo, I think, or to see if you're like worthy for the next step or whatever.
Um,
So
Yeah.
what are the 3 trials I remember? So one of them is finding the max mushroom. That's the end, right?
That's the
Past
Slowpoke.
Slowpoke.
Oh yeah,
And then fighting.
catch Slowpoke, and fighting Avery is the last one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you do the 3 trials, and then you get to challenge you fight Mustard when you get there, right? So Mustard is the guy that's in charge of the dojo, who is one of the previous champions, and he trained Leon. So you get there, you fight him, and then you do the trials. And then once you beat the trials, he gives you a Cubfu, and he says, go pick one of these 2 towers. And when you do it, your Cubfu will evolve. And I think they want like most of the breadth of the game is going around and exploring the wild or the Isle of Armor during that part and training up Cubfu, because you have to make him friendly towards you, and then you have to get him to level 70 to even challenge the towers, which I think you can challenge them before, but they just recommend that you get to level 70. So that's what I did.
Probably.
Because I thought the towers are going to be way more tough, but they're actually like super easy if you go in with like a couple
it's just
potions.
1v1s.
Yeah, it's just 1v1s. And then depending on what
I just one-shot everything the whole way through.
the 2 types, so there's the Tower of Waters and there's the Tower of Darkness. If you choose Darkness, they're all dark types. And if you choose Water, they're all water types. So I chose Water. Parker chose Darkness. What did you pick, Jeremy?
I haven't done it
Okay,
yet.
which one are you gonna pick?
I don't know.
Which one do you think looks cooler?
The water move is pretty cool.
Okay,
I don't know. I need to look at
so Water
us.
Urshifu looks like Ken, and then Darkness Urshifu looks like Ryu. Like exactly. It's just Ken and Ryu. But I think I chose Water because I think it looks cooler. It's rapid strike form, and then Darkness is the single strike form. I think Darkness technically is the better like competitive form, but I think Water is cooler. Also, his signature move is cooler, and water fighting is, I think, a better type than fighting Dark because you get obliterated by Fairy.
Right. Do they look the same? Pokemon?
Well, yeah, it's the same Pokemon, just like Rapid Strike.
Different
Yeah,
form.
Rapid Strike's hair is down, and then
Oh,
Single Strike's hair is up. He has like spiky hair.
up to the dark. Okay.
And then
I don't know. They both look pretty cool.
yeah, they're both pretty cool. They're also like thick. They're beefy boys. Also, returning feature, Pokemon follow you again. They just threw that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like I saw like on Twitter it was like, oh, by the way, some Pokemon follow you again, and it was the Urshifu, and I was like, oh, it's probably just Urshifu. And then I had like a Togekiss in my party, and then I walked outside of the dojo and it was following me, and I was like, wait, what the heck? So yeah,
Well, they mention it.
I completely glossed over. I did not know. Or if I did know, I forgot. But yeah, Pokemon follow you again, which is really cool. I hope that comes back. Yeah, so once you get Cubfu and you challenge the towers, once you beat the towers, you fight Mustard at the end of each tower, and he has a Cubfu also. And then once you defeat him, you get to evolve your Cubfu into Urshifu. And then you find out that Urshifu can Gigantamax, which we already knew. But they tell you in game, they're like, but you have to go find these mushrooms. But Urshifu doesn't like the taste of mushrooms. So you have to go find honey. And then you go fight a Vespiquen. You go fight a Vespiquen. And then you get the mushrooms, you get the honey. And then Hop shows up too. So you go like adventuring with Hop and stuff. And then he licks honey off your face. And then so once you do that, you get your Urshifu can Gigantamax, and then the final battle is a battle against Mustard, essentially his champion team. And I went in kind of underleveled. I didn't know what to expect, and it was actually a really tough fight the first time. I mean, it was tough the second time too, but it was very tough. I actually lost the first time.
I was about to say, like, wait, why did you have to do it twice?
So it was harder than. So I thought Leon's championship battle, it was difficult, but it was like I still kind of breezed through it. Like I had to think, but it was still pretty easy. But Mustard's was like, one, all my Pokemon I like super trained them with candies, so they didn't have the best stats, and then they were also a little underleveled. So I was like, okay, I actually have to really think. And then I ended up losing the first time. But the second time, it was still really close. I think I only had 2 Pokemon left. And then, but yeah, it was a very fun fight because I actually had to like strategize. And then, yeah, I beat him. And that's essentially the end. Then when you beat him, like a bunch of return trainers from the mainland come to the island. And you can like, then you talk to them. I think you can challenge them. I don't know. But yeah, they all show up.
I don't know. The only thing I've done since
I've only seen Marnie, so I don't know. But she wouldn't challenge me.
The only thing I've done since beating was Zeraora raids, pretty much.
Yeah.
We did like 5 together, and I've done 2.
Yeah, we did some raids, and then
we did some Gigantamax.
Yeah.
Raids.
The Crown Tundra there's gonna be a tournament. It's a doubles tournament. All the characters are coming back to train on the Isle of Armor, and Mustard kind of like hints towards it. He's like, "Oh, I got to get back to training again because there's something coming, but I'm not going to tell you what it is."
They mention a cold area a few times, like when Hop comes and he says
he's talking about the Crown Tundra.
What's her face? It's in the Crown Tundra.
Yeah. So yeah, the doubles tournament is coming. So all the characters are coming to the Isle of Armor to train. So I guess that's why they're all showing up. Yeah. So that's essentially the Isle of Armor. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good first DLC because there wasn't anything bad. It's just kind of short.
I feel like it's the post game we should have had all along.
I think it definitely could have been in the game. Obviously, the rush development, and there's some hiccups in the game. And I think if they hadn't had to rush, I think the Crown Tundra is the meteor one because it was originally going to be the DLC, and then the Isle of Armor there's supposed to be post game. I mean, it might have been DLC from the beginning, but it feels like it could have just been post game to begin with.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys give the Isle of Armor? What rating would you give it? Trying to remember what I gave. I think
10.
I gave.
What are we comparing?
I think
it
I
to,
gave
though? That's
Sword and Shield, or just as like a little standalone story bonus, or like it's just DLC. Because I think I gave the game
say-
like a 8.5 or a 9 or something like that.
I'd
I
say
think it's an 8.
I say the story wise, it's like a 6, but like at the other stuff it adds, like being able to like your Pokemon can follow you, add some new like Gigantamax Pokemon, and hopefully like
There's some new Galarian
get some
forms
more.
because we got Galarian, Slowpoke, and
Yeah.
Slowbro.
We can get some Alolan forms.
Yeah, you can get all the
and
Alolan
Diglett.
forms.
Yeah, there's definitely like a good amount of like rewards you can get, which is pretty cool. I
Mhm.
think so. I'd say like story wise 6, but 7 for
Story-wise,
everything
it
else. Like a
felt
6.5 out of
so-
10.
It felt extra childish, the story.
Yeah,
I liked it. I mean, it's Pokemon. It's a kid's game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
But I think the story is probably a 6 out of 10. I like the island, probably 8 out of 10.
So a 7 overall.
I haven't even 7 overall.
Yeah, I think I'd probably give the story a 7 and the island. I think that the island is really cool. I think I'd give the island an 8. So I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. So what is that? Jeremy, what did you give it? You gave it a 6 and a 7?
6.5,
6.5.
just overall.
And then Parker, you did a 7 or
7.
and then so our cumulative score is a 7 out of 10, and that's a good score for their first DLC like ever. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. I like all the Pokemon they brought back. They brought back some of my favorites like Luxray and stuff. Story was fun.
Yeah, hopefully they
Final battle was good. I like Urshifu a lot.
Yeah, I think the only thing like I wish they could just add more Gigantamax Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
it's such like a cool aspect of the game. It's just like this special form that you have to like go kind of. I guess you don't have to.
You have
seek it
to
out
work
anymore,
for it.
which
But yeah,
kinda
now you
sucks,
can
but
you can just give your Pokemon soup.
Yeah.
Soup. Like it
I-
makes it easier, but yeah.
it's but you can only have one like per battle, so it's not
Yeah.
like I can have they all can do it. So it's not like that big of a deal because there is only like 20.
Yeah.
Like certain amount. I just wish like they'd just add more just cool forms.
Just bring back
That's
back Mega Evolution. Just bring it back.
Yeah, I don't think it's
I
coming
wish
back,
it would.
At least in these games.
Because Dynamax and Gigantamaxing is just it's Mega Evolution crossed with Z moves. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love Megas and the designs and the versatility and utility of the Megas, which is so cool. And Mega Charizard Y is my favorite Pokemon ever. So I just want it to come back. But yeah, for the first DLC, I think Isle of Armor is a good one. I think it's worth it to get both of them together, because I think together they'll be worth the $30. Isle of Armor is obviously I think it's going to be a little less than Crown Tundra, but again, it's a first good attempt at DLC.
Yeah, I think Crown Tundra is definitely going to be like the bigger one with a lot more like story wise and battling in it.
Yeah, and then we're getting like all the
This is just
legendaries
kind of-
returning. There's the tournament, and then there's the new legendary, and so I think there's going to be a lot more in Crown Tundra. So what have you been doing, Parker?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wow.
Life is
So
fine.
you've been playing Pokemon, because we played
Yeah.
that.
No,
what
I've
major
been,
life event happened?
I got the COVID.
You got the Rona.
Do you know how you contracted it?
Yeah. Well, I know where I probably got
The
it.
club.
Where?
Roaring
Oh
Springs.
yeah.
Oh my
So
god!
if you're listening and you're not from Idaho, Roaring Springs is a water park. It's like the only one in the state. It's a pretty big one.
Oh my!
It's not the only one.
What's the other one?
There's, the one of
Silverwood
Silverwood.
is the huge
Yeah.
one.
Okay. So it's like the one most people go to because it's near all the populated area. But yeah, it's like it's pretty like okay, but it's just funny because like everyone goes there and it's like it's it's not trashy, but it's kind of trashy. And it's just funny that he contracted coronavirus at a water park in Idaho. I'm sorry. It's funny. But yeah. So Parker's been quarantined for a few days. Well, what were you doing earlier? You could talk about that.
Earlier today?
What were you?
Oh, I got Skyrim Special Edition. I'm currently modding it and trying to figure out why the mods are not working.
That's always fun.
But I have a feeling Nathaniel will know.
I had to do a lot of
I think
troubleshooting.
it's the same problem you were having.
Yeah. What about you, Parker? Or not Parker? Jeremy, what have you been doing?
Well, played a little bit of Pokemon. I haven't had too much time to play games, but it's kind of bored recently. Just no TV on, no movies coming out.
It sucks.
I'm just holding out for Tenet, and hopefully it's going to be super.
I think
good.
it will be.
And I'm just hoping that, and also Idaho went back to stage 3 because of how dumb people are, and because of Parker, like people like Parker getting COVID.
Let's open a giant area let's open a giant pool where people are in close proximity in water, and then no one will get it, right? No one's gonna get it.
To be fair, I don't think I got it from the water. I think I got it from.
I know. I'm just saying.
Standing next to a bunch
I'm just saying
kids.
it's not a super clean park.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so
it's
funny.
Like how close were you on people like going?
Oh, everyone in line was right next to each other.
Just coughing on each other, left and right.
There was blue lines where you were supposed to stand, but no one cared.
No,
it was a bunch of little kids. It's like,
of course, no one cared.
Like
it's Roaring Springs.
A bunch of little
freaking
kids
Idaho,
like
dude.
virus generators.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to someone the other day, and he's like, "Hey, are you watching anything?" And he's like, "I just finished watching something, and I'm looking for new shows to watch." And I'm like, "No, there aren't any new shows, so I'm not watching anything." But actually,
there's some stuff that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's supposed to come back in July, and so I'm just hoping that doesn't get delayed because I'm just holding out for that stuff.
Yeah, I've been watching New Girl. I think I talked about that a few weeks ago. But yeah, I've been watching that. I started watching Black Clover again just because there's nothing else to watch. But yeah, and then I was just playing some Pokemon. I opened up Animal Crossing again for a little bit. Just picked a bunch of weeds because I haven't opened it in a while. But yeah, honestly, haven't been doing too much. But what are you looking forward to, Parker?
I'm looking forward to being able to leave my room.
Big
I've
rip.
been in here for 8 days now.
Oof.
Oh yeah, is your mom still working? Or
everyone's working from home now.
Nice.
Everyone had to quarantine themselves. I feel bad.
Look what you did. You just had to go to Roaring Springs.
Roaring Springs with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Tisk tisk. What about you, Jeremy? What are you looking forward to?
Well, like I said, the show's come back in July. Tenet, which is got pushed back to July 31st, just so it doesn't come out on Inception's date.
And they pushed it back because Wonder Woman too, because Wonder Woman's releasing before it.
Oh yeah, is that when Wonder Woman comes out?
Wonder Woman comes out I think because Tenet was originally supposed to come out on the 17th, and I think Wonder Woman was going to come out on the 20th, so they pushed Tenet back so that Wonder Woman wouldn't have to compete with it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I guess what I'm looking forward to, Min Min comes out next week, and gonna be trying her out, and then obviously just
hopefully Shroud comes back to Twitch.
I just want stuff to go back to normal.
Hopefully Shroud comes back to
I need I need
Nice.
movies.
I just
Impact my life. I need new TV shows. Parker, when the flip are we gonna watch Avatar?
It would have been a good
She's
time
got time.
today, all day. I haven't done
Okay, well,
any
we're
time-
starting
anything today.
Avatar this week.
After this.
Yeah, we can watch an episode. We're starting it this week, and we will talk about it. That we have to finish season 1 in a week, so we can talk about it next week.
Are we watching a sub or a dub?
It's English. It's an American cartoon.
Avatar
Yes,
is?
it's not an anime. It's a
Yeah.
cartoon.
it's the
It's
best.
so good.
Everyone calls it
It's
an
because
anime,
it's in the
I don't know.
style of an anime, and it's better than most
It's
animes.
so good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to watching Avatar again. But yeah, I think that's the show. So thank you so much for listening. We hope you find time out of your busy schedule to come back and listen to us next week. But come on, we all know you've got nothing better to do. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure to leave a review and tell a friend. And we will be back next week, hopefully talking about Avatar. And we will see you then. Peace out. Yep.